Is honey good for you?
Times have been tough, no doubt about it. Tough on all of us. But you know what? So be it.
Is honey good for you?
The Workers Club. I love the name.
It's the Workers Club 168. Ooh boy. It's Trevor. It's Larry. It's me, Wilson. Trevor just wants to get through the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's also saying he's suffering existentially, and he's blaming this podcast.
I'm blaming it
On Sean Oliver?
You know what's funny is I started. It wasn't this way before I started doing this podcast, but I think it got in my head because I kept making the joke. But I've been kind of binging all the John Oliver stuff, the HBO show. Those
The
like
Sean Oliver?
No, John Oliver
Well,
on
I know,
HBO last
but
week
why?
tonight.
Yeah.
Well, because I made a dumb joke, I think, on the podcast, like the British guy from HBO. But then that like stuck in my craw.
You did say that.
And I started listening to that stuff at work. And now I'm talking about Donald Trump.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man, you turned into a lib.
You can.
I've John Oliver style shit lib.
I've binged those before. You're not alone.
Anyways, but this book.
Are you running around in your workplace being like, "That's not right, Karen"? No matter how many times you say, his punchline where he puts a female's name and he screams at him.
Look at you.
Maybe.
You're binging it, but you don't know like the patterns of his punchline.
Well, he has eras of his show. Like you might be referring
shit.
to. I mean,
Ugh.
he's
Wow,
been
you
doing
are
it for
deep.
over 10 years. Like a lot of the older stuff, the like Trump first term stuff, it's like not interested because that he was a little bit more annoying back then. But I think he's matured.
You think he's matured?
But, I mean, it's not just him though; it's his writing staff as well. It's kind of it's the show itself.
I did see a bit of that Bill Maher monologue on Israel.
That's good too. I've been watching a lot of Bill Maher. I think that's good.
Where he has to prod his crowd into laughing.
Yeah.
He drops a joke and he goes, yeah, he says, to absolute silence, Bill Maher is left to go, ha ha. Oof. Oh no.
Yeah. I mean, because the Bill Maher audience, you already kind of know as the viewer at home that like, the studio audience, they have, people behind the scenes, producers in the background holding up signs, and there's people saying like applaud now, laugh now. It's not 100% natural, but in this one it's pretty bare out there to see.
Where do you think he's going to put his Mark Twain prize in his Club Random set? Like front and center, or kind of just off in the knickknacks or in the bar? Like,
well, there's not a lot of real estate on that little table.
On the drink cart?
Yeah.
I say put it there. And then when somebody reaches for a drink, go, that's my Mark Twain. Yeah. What a humorist, Bill Maher.
Yeah.
One of his punchlines was he was talking about Kneecap, the band from Ireland.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
He was like, a punk rock band from Ireland, as if Ireland hasn't suffered enough. Ha ha.
Yeah, what was that? But I guess he hates punk music.
I guess.
Yeah, he talks about that on Club Random. It's like, it's the same four notes. It's, if the lyrics are so good, then print them out and I'll read them because the music is garbage. Well, except for one band. And his
Billy
exception
Joel.
It's Green Day.
Oh.
Billy Joe Armstrong. Close.
Yeah.
It's not punk.
Billy Joel.
Larry is
Billy Joel's punk. Billy Joel's the new punk.
Green Day is not punk.
Green Day is not punk.
I can't hear Larry.
You can't hear Larry. You've done this before on the radio yo-yo thing.
Yeah, but
where if it's more than two people, It's like you have major technical malfunctions where you're like, and then they hop in and they hop out. If they hop out
I just
again,
thought he was no
Why is this a
selling.
me problem?
no, he's not. He's not no selling. This is something that happens often with. I don't know what your setup is, Trevor.
I felt bad for a second there. I was like, wow, we're really boxing Larry out. But
No,
I can't hear him. Okay.
no.
You
So what was
can't
the
reset
solution? Do
something?
you hop in or hop out? I can't remember how we fixed it the last time.
I think we just have fun with it.
You want to do
Wilson,
I
you
bet-
gotta
I
tell me
bet-
what Larry's saying.
I bet he's got to hop out because I
Wilson,
came on
repeat
after.
what Larry just said.
hop out, Trevor, and then hop in.
He said hop out, Trevor, and then hop back
I'm
in.
saying that.
Yes,
He said it, and I concur.
Okay.
I'm nodding.
All right, fine, whatever. Yeah, leave pay.
Now can I hear you?
You can, right?
Yes, I
Okay.
can. I always was fine. This has happened multiple times with Trevor and I, where it's like, as we had to yo-yo, people come up, like they could hear me, but they can't hear Trevor, or Trevor can't hear them. We just rolled with it at the time. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Okay.
you. Okay.
All right, we good. We were recording during that whole thing. That's cool.
The Wilson's co-hosts, where they're like the Grateful Dead keyboard players, which I don't know if they die.
Oh.
For us, it's just soft quitting.
Is this a threat?
I like that Trevor is blaming this, but he's watching John Oliver and Bill Maher. That's filling up his day, and you're like, ugh, why do I feel like shit all the time?
It's 2016.
Is that something? Who says that one? It can't be Bill
John
Maher.
Oliver. Well, that
Okay.
was back. That was kind of the meme about him back because he would be like, "It's 2016 and we're still being racist." Blah.
That's your bugaboo, that he doesn't want to be racist?
Come on, we're all a little bit racist. I think we're post woke. We got to embrace it.
No, we'll
Edit this out.
2.0.
I don't mean that.
Well, let me. I'll jot it down. Okay. I don't want to hear it if I don't want to hear it if I forget to edit it out.
Well, when I start talking to a new girl, I always tell them, I do this podcast. You got to listen to it. And then, I mean, this is right at the beginning, so they won't have turned it off yet, and they'll hear that.
You send them a radio yo-yo, of course.
Well, I send them that. I send them this. I send them
You send them all
everything.
your media,
Yeah.
Instagram profile,
My
all your
portfolio.
media-
Yeah.
your social media background. All right. Did I make it clear? I made it clear in the Discord, but I don't know if I made it clear when I was talking to you last time, Trevor. We were talking about carrots and caramel. Did I make it make sense why I was hung up on that? That Sean was hung up on hummus, and so he has to anchor it with her eating carrots and caramel, and then it can't be apples, and because apples doesn't go with hummus, carrots go with hummus. It all wraps around with Lane, the main character, saying, "I'll bring you hummus. Carrots go well with hummus." Does that make sense? What Sean is doing? Do you remember any of this?
Yeah,
What
man,
do you remember of the
totally.
book? Other
I think
than
that does make sense. What's on the next page? We should read that.
you want to read the chapter? Wait, what do you remember of the book, Trevor?
Oh, there's like a school. There's a chick that works at the school. She works in the basement. She's sleeping with one of the guys at the school.
He's not at the
Um,
school, Trevor. Ed
She's
works
sleeping with a
somewhere
guy.
else. Yes.
Um,
She is sleeping with a guy. Do you remember her son's name?
Mowgli.
Hang on, it's
904. Jason. That's
Jason?
right. Do you remember the children's name? Any of the child names?
I remember he was hard.
Yes. There was a
That's all I
hard,
remember,
crunchy
really.
child.
Did
Okay.
you say crunchy? Was that a descriptor?
The skin is like brittle
Ugh.
and like, yes, I don't know if he used crunchy, but it's like, oh, if I touch it, it's gonna like disintegrate and break apart. The skin.
So they found a mummified child.
They found a mummified child, and no one knows what's going on, and no one's asking questions, which gets worse and worse as the book continues.
Was he buried
Okay.
with all his toys?
Is that something that happens?
Mummies, I mean, in ancient Egypt, you'd be buried with your stuff.
I thought you meant mom. Don't mommies do that?
Mummies.
Mummies in ancient. Yeah, they were buried with all their toys. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. We left on chapter 18 where Lane was going to go talk to the assistant principal, David Singh. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Do you know who Dr. Ronisha Crothers is?
I do.
She's the guidance department supervisor. So this is another boss in the tier list.
Okay.
It's not
I'm sure
Ed.
she makes a lot of money.
Dr. Ronisha Crothers?
Well, yeah, doesn't everybody kind of higher up at the school is like loaded?
I can't tell. I know Ed is loaded. It seems like Ed is loaded.
I thought that was the implication. That he's got like a side piece that
he can afford an $80 bottle of wine. He's
expensive.
going to plays. I mean, he's got leisure income, I suppose. So also Dr. Ronisha Crothers never shows up again. They are talking. Lane is talking with her and David Singh about rumors of disease. And the police haven't said anything. And Ronisha Crothers, the department guidance department supervisor, says, as far as we know, they're pretty stumped. So she's got the in with the police department on their investigation into the mummified child.
Mm-hmm.
They just go back and forth about what have you heard? Well, I haven't heard anything. Nothing official. What's going on? I don't know. So you haven't heard anything unofficial? Anything about the boy's skin hardening? Lane throws out. And they say no. No one has heard that. And she's only heard it from the teacher that was in the class. And if you remember, the principal said that she did not hear that from the teacher, even though the teacher said she told everybody. So Dr. Ronisha Crothers wants her, Lane, our main character, to put together a formal report of what children are saying and what the overall tone is and email it to her. And then maybe they'll send that to the authorities. And Lane says, I'm out tomorrow for a professional development workshop, but I can have it to you by midweek. Okay, then. We're almost done with this chapter. See how quick that was? Isn't it riveting stuff?
Yeah.
Lane is once again.
I want you to keep reading them.
Lane was once. Shh, let me. Lane was once again informed to focus on the children. And she's worrying about her other supervisor from her other job. I guess she's referring to Ed here. And I still don't know where he is on the hierarchy here. And I wrote down, this was weeks ago now at this point that I read this. I hate this. I have no idea where this is going. I don't know who these people are, or do I care? Why do we keep talking about these vague transfers? We're a quarter into the book. Chapter 19. Maybe this will get your attention, Trevor. That better be water.
It's protein water.
The keeper of the prison paid no attention to anything that was in Joseph's charge because the Lord was with him, and whatever he did, the Lord made it succeed. Genesis 39:23. It's the basement man. He's finished. He's spray painting this on a stairway. Remember, he's kind of taken over a building where he's spray painting Bible verses, and he's keeping people in various apartments somebody's going, "Please help me, please," from behind one of the doors. I think it's the narrator. I don't think it's Raoul, the basement man. It wasn't quite evening yet, and he'd rocked a 12-pack already. Do you think that's Sean, or do you think that's Raoul? Raoul is the stinky drunk that's doing all this stuff. He's like attacking people with a hammer. Usually he if it was him, I think it would say like Loco, or like what's the Spanish for rocked?
El rocked.
There you go. Sean starts putting dots above the pages, or somebody did for him, because he starts changing perspective. And then sometimes there's no dots. It just kind of starts, and then it randomly appears later in the book, even when there's not a change in perspective. What was in there? Selene has showed up. She's shown up to the where Uncle Raul has listed where he lived, where he lived, or on Lily's transfer paperwork. Do you like this, Trevor? The empty lots on both sides of the apartment building across from Lane were strewn with garbage, demolition debris, and dead weeds. They lay like graveyards to community. Does that do anything for you, Trevor?
Yeah.
What's it do? Make you feel like you're there?
Anything.
Larry, did you like that? Was that a beautiful sentence?
That's great.
And he's back to the basement man. We're getting more pleas. Raul is standing around in the apartment. His cocktails and his lord are keeping him protected. He's got a padlock on him. So he hears Lane knocking on the door, and he's like, "Police? Yeah. Where's my hammer?" Then it's back to Lane, and he's thinking about what he said. People who are not people. Remember that? The stinky drunk covered in blood was sitting in the principal's office ranting and raving, and everybody was kind of like, "Hey, it's fine. Whatever." A loud growl scares Lane. It's what we know is it's Raoul vomiting behind the door because he's a drunk. He rocked a 12-pack. Now we're back with him. He's watching her. She wanted to know a lot of things. She'd come here today to where he kept his secrets. And he doesn't lock the door. He decides to engage. He smells chemical and rotten. She doesn't like it. You, the teacher? You scared of me? She says no. He goes, "You scared of something else?" He's like looking behind the door, kind of cracked open. Lane says improvisation was scary and she didn't like curveballs. So what do you think?
This guy sounds like Larry the Can Man in his cadence.
You scared of me? Why you came here?
Yeah. What the fuck?
For you. Lane spends her time freely talking with students. That's her whole career, is freely talking and kind of just rolling with people. I assume if you're a counselor. And then he's just like, "You scared?" She's like, "No." What are you scared of? And she's like, "Jesus Christ, the curveball's coming hot and fast right now on me. Yikes." Again, he's drenched in blood as always. And as always, people are just like, "Oh, weird maroon smudges you have there." She's like, "It really smells." I tried to fix that. It's the sewer. You're the super? See. She's like, "Who lives here?" squatters? And he's like, yeah, squatters. He explains that a corporation had bought it. All that we already knew. She wants to know about Diego. Was he sick? See. She asked about Alana moving. She had to, or she was going to be next. How would you know who's going to be next? You think I'm loco, don't you? And then he laughed and he's leaving. And then he goes, Gabriel, excuse me? Gabriel's going to make you come back to me, and then you can call me Loco. He smiled and closed the door. Lane figures he's probably drinking and sniffing or sniffing paint. What did I write here? Oh, sounds like he trains at Shane Stratford's school.
Okay.
I'm trying to make myself future me laugh. Nail polish. That was nail polish. We read a book where one of the teachers was sniffing nail polish. You ever have any teachers sniff anything, Trevor?
Probably behind the scenes, maybe. I don't know.
You think?
I was too oblivious as a child.
Oh, you weren't clocking what the teachers were getting up to?
Mm-mm.
Well, Trevor, buckle up, because guess what? We're already at chapter 20,
Okay.
and we're in the Judge Robert L. Carter building.
Yes.
You know where this building? This, I assume, is it? Do you think this is a fictional building, Larry? It's on the banks of the Delaware River in Trenton.
Is that the only description?
Well, no. The building was one of 3 identical office towers in the complex, each a modern 8-story glass structure.
I'm heading over there. Hang on.
She's heading to the building that housed the New Jersey State Department of Education.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yes, I guess it's just city buildings here. Did you know the buildings that conducted state business for New Jersey stood beside the baseball stadium where the Trenton Thunder, the minor league affiliation of the New York Yankees, played their home games?
Oh,
I
I'm
didn't
right
know.
there. Okay.
I did not know that.
Well, if you had this book, you would. Sean's painting. I don't know what kind of picture he's painting. What is it real?
I got. Yep, there are 3 buildings next to the baseball stadium, and one, but it's the Department of Education. Yep.
So Sean has been here.
Yes.
Cool. The Judge Robert L. Carter building. She's thinking about Ed, her paramour. You know, they have to play these roles in front of people, supervisor and subordinate. Sean, maybe you know this, Larry. She goes, she's talking about her history in working in public schools and not in public schools. She goes, she worked in a public school, albeit in a Tony area of the state. A Tony area. I've never heard that. A Tony area.
Tony?
Yeah. A Tony area of the state.
Is it a capital T?
Nope.
So I was going to say, is that like an Italian?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not capitalized.
Tone. E.
Elaine Waterman, our main character, is always thinking, she says to herself, what's next? That's her.
That means stylish, sophisticated, and upscale. It's a word.
Well, look at that. Sean, he is probably classier than us, to be fair.
Never heard that word used in polite conversation or in writing.
Oh, Sean. You know who else is thinking what's next? Her dad, Neil Waterman. He was a teacher, then the assistant principal, then the principal, then the school superintendent, and father. We finally get Ed's last name. He's Ed Swanson. And she's reminiscing about meeting him. And he validated her limitless goals. Again, this is a school counselor. All that attention that Ed would pay her got her ass on the treadmill at home. She'd always been fit, but Ed's attention was a rebirth. Yes.
Okay.
By the way, this is also while Jason was having all his issues. Remember her kid? And she was they were kind of hidden, but once she was having the affair, it became a real problem. There were meetings in the middle school about conflicts with other kids. Lane's home imploded when Jason was starting his sophomore year in high school. Rejection and ridicule made him angry and impossible to be around. And then she says, good for Lane that she wasn't around all that often anyway. And I was like, doing what? I guess having the affair? Why are her evenings all booked up? Her husband is a well-to-do architect running around the city, right? Working long hours. Because she's having an affair, leaving her poor, angsty teenager at home to drown.
Can I ask a question on this book?
Sure.
So we have a woman, a teacher, a guidance counselor.
Yes, she's fit.
Okay. Having an affair with her husband, cheating on her husband.
With her third or fourth boss.
Okay. There's also a serial killer who works in the school basement.
Larry, I took the trouble. Is this the chapter that I do it in where I write down every plot line that Sean has started? No. It's at the end of chapter 20. When do I write it?
I just want to clear it up and so I can be attentive.
Trust me. There's a point where I was like,
a little bit.
There it is. Here. At the end of chapter 23, I wrote 1. Raul, stinky drunk religious serial killer. 2. Diego mystery death. 3. Test scores, transfers, and Lane's secret mission. We're about to get to that. 4. Lane's personal life. Son and affair.
Wait, so Raul is the janitor killer.
He's the fake superintendent of an apartment building that a corporation abandoned, where he's keeping all of his prisoners or his bodies.
Oh, we know that?
Yes. Raul came because he knew Alana or something like that. He's like her uncle. Though? He's not a janitor. He's like just a guy.
Wait, so then who was just talking to the guy with blood all over him? Who was the guy with blood all over him?
Lane was talking to him, Raul, because she grabbed his address from the transfer. Alana's transfer.
She went over to his apartment?
The building, yes. That he's
Okay.
His lair.
So she's investigating in this crime? This is like
She is.
One of those types of deals.
Brother. At one point, she's like, the police need this lead. And then the next chapter, she's like, I walked by the police and continued on.
Okay.
And then Sean writes, how the hell did Lane and Mick know? Jason was their only child. But as far as Lane was concerned, this was her time now. Mick had time to blossom 10 years ago. They're really shitty parents.
So, I mean, is there anything remarkable about this killer at all that should make us interested?
He's drunk a lot. He rocks a 12-pack. He takes a little.
You got to be interesting in some way. That's kind of the whole.
He's Spanish.
I got that from the Loco thing.
Yeah, and he says "sí." And he curses sometimes in Spanish. We couldn't figure out what he was saying. Or it was a bad Google translation or something.
Yeah.
Let's see. She's talking more about Ed's attention, and it was nourishing her. And then this is one sentence. Sean writes, "She devoured the candy."
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. So she's doing some kind of presentation here at this building. I wish you guys found as much glee in Sean's writing as I do. She'd taken a stroll down that one-way street called Memory Lane and watched in fast forward as the past 2 years had melted her substance. That's good. So we meet Marjorie Allman. She's another well put together older lady wearing a perfect pantsuit, looking like stylists were always helping her out. She was the type of woman who made a number, which was probably around 55, insignificant. She was beautiful and stylish. He'd really want you to know that Marjorie is quite attractive. Stunning older woman. Let's see. Some of the boys upstairs couldn't handle Marjorie, right? She's like got a take no prisoners attitude. Hell, some of the girls upstairs couldn't either. But Marjorie was a woman. Va va voom. I added the va va voom.
She works at the school?
She works. What is her official title? She's like works in the Department of Education.
Oh, she's in that building. Yeah. Okay.
More dots for no reason. Her hands are sweating. Marjorie hugs her, I think. Oh, then it's a time. The dots I think are for time has passed. Lane is going, no. The numbers are aligned to the building's student body, proportionally speaking. Ed is in there arguing with her in front of these people in this meeting. But the total number of transfers in general isn't aligned to anything we see anywhere in the state, not in Carson and not in Cherry Hill. Oh, sorry. Ed was getting that high-pitched thing going as he did. So I'm not going to do it again, but just imagine he's getting like shrill as he's arguing his point. Let's see. They're looking at the transfer spreadsheets that she makes where there's green, yellow, and red. I guess red means they're bad students. Yellow means okay. I don't know. As the Lane says, as the volume of transfers increases, the ratio of pass students to borderline students to fail students remains consistent. 70, Lane. 70 outgoing transfers in 5 months.
What does that mean?
Yeah, she's clocking uncle, but not
Is there
this.
a trafficking thing going on where they're making the students transfer so that way they get lost in the system and they end up in Raoul's apartment?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. And I'm like halfway through
I'm
this
finishing the book.
Passing students included, hardly any. And they're going back like on stats of like who is staying in the school and who's not. And she reveals Ed put her in this school as the guidance counselor to work undercover to expose what he thought is some kind of like a scam or fraud. He'd collected this data on PS12 and he thinks it's a test score stacking scam where you transfer out the bad students and then the test scores appear higher. And then, I don't know, then they don't come down on the school going, why are your test scores so low? They start talking about the kid dying. And so Marjorie's like, hey, I understand you're going through a lot. You know, you're supposed to be doing this undercover job for us. But you're also this kid died.
Are they going to kiss?
Well, Lane's like, hey, thank you for, being empathetic. And then Ed, in a professional meeting, is like, I tell you that all the time. Ed, the fuck? I circled page 114, so I must have been like, Jesus, this is when we're finding out about the undercover thing. What is this? Marjorie is like, a very capable young man from downstairs will be picking up where I'm leaving off.
Yeah, this is just something Sean and his coworkers probably like speculated about once. Like when a new teacher got shipped in, they're like, "I bet they're a fucking mole."
They're here to, the way he writes about schools, where it's like schools are getting shut down, and like the principal is like this harried police chief who's like, oh, God, I can't. This
He
dead kid is the last thing I
was
need.
so hard when he watched season 4 of The Wire.
Oh yeah.
The school one.
Yeah, he definitely has seen, what was it, Dangerous Minds and all those other ones. The what was the one with Tom Berenger?
Ooh, The Substitute.
Yes. Yeah. Trevor, do you like these kind of movies where the teacher comes in and they're all hardened criminals? Do you like that stuff?
I don't think I've ever seen a movie from this genre.
Have you ever heard Coolio's song?
Did you
From
ever see the parody movie High School High starring John Lovitz?
Mm-mm.
Oh wow.
I know about the Coolios, the Gangsta's Paradise.
Yeah, that's from Dangerous Minds.
Oh, okay. I mean, I've heard the name Dangerous Minds.
I take Michelle Pfeiffer as a teacher.
Okay.
And Tom Berenger too. And Marjorie, this is another Sean kind of trope where she's like, what's this man's name? Something with a G. And Lane's like, oh, Gabriel. It's going to be Gabriel. And she's waiting for Marjorie to say Gabriel. And then Ed goes, Gary? And then she goes, no, it's Greg. Greg Easton. He's great. End of chapter. Okay. I wrote, dun, dun, dum. Greg Easton. Okay. Cut to chapter 21. Remember the receptionist, Zania? Trevor? The principal's receptionist, Zania? Zana, warrior princess? That's what it's spelled like. She's panicked. She's calling the school counselor. Why? Because Miss Green has collapsed. And she's got a wet paper towel on her neck. And the principal's like, oh, why is everyone fussing over me? And then they paged. I like that after she called the counselor, she paged the nurse. It's stuff like this. You need an ambulance? I need a vacation. Not sure what soaking you with a paper towel will do for you right now. Well, they should have gotten the nurse. Is that something that is helpful? If somebody collapses, you put a wet paper towel on their neck or head? Does that do anything?
Did they not have a big steak in the freezer?
That would have been good.
Yeah.
Patting her down with a frozen steak.
The Tom and Jerry steak.
Sharon, the school nurse, shows up, and the principal's like, oh boy, here we go. Is there a medevac helicopter out there too? It's like, you collapsed. They have to do their due, right? She says that assistant principal Singh is redecorating her office every time he's in there. I didn't know it was so cutthroat that the assistant principal is always like, oh, this office is going to be mine one day. Just you wait. When you slip up, I'll be there. Let's see. I guess this is supposed to be, she's not supposed to be talking about that stuff that's like office politics that the nurse doesn't want to hear. And the principal says, I'm too old to give a hoot. Sharon removed the cuff and shot her boss a scowl. And then, okay, so Sharon's the nurse. So it's two sentences. Sharon removed the cuff, the blood pressure cuff, and shot her boss, the principal, I guess, a scowl. And then the next sentence is, the nurse sat at the edge of Green's desk. It's just really clunky and bad. I just don't like it. Why is it worded like that? Sharon removed the cuff and shot her boss a scowl. The nurse sat at the edge of Green's desk. Sharon is the nurse. Why couldn't it be like Sharon removed the cuff?
Oh, so then he's being clever by I can call her two things.
Sharon scowled at Green, removed the cuff, and sat on the edge of Green's desk. I mean, I don't know, there's got to be a better way, right?
None of this is interesting. There's never any interesting actions. Nothing.
No.
It's such a gray world that Sean writes.
And everybody is just like, I don't know. Like this, even this, he keeps rehashing the affair stuff. I guess that's the meat of the main character is that she's having had an affair. They're separated now, but she's still with the guy that she works with. But then it's just, I don't know. He's also repeats himself a little bit, where it'll be like, he made me feel wanted. It's like, you already brought that up when you're drinking wine at your table, listening to classical music. There's nothing more. Which then we talk about, then why is he writing? Why is his main character another woman? Like, where he has nothing to draw from. I don't know. They're reminiscing about the time Green brought in an 8th grade girl into her office for yelling "sucker dick" to a student. And they're just supposed to be like getting kind of an idea who the principal is. This old gal, this old battle axe. As member of the Ed, Lane's boss Ed was like, I know enough. I've seen that she's there. She's very competent for being there for so long, and I've seen her file. Green yelled when she heard that a student yelling suck her dick, suck my dick. Why is this quote suck her dick? Why would it suck her dick? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. You don't even have a dick. It was a watershed moment for anyone who wasn't already charmed by her. All the teachers and students stood up and clapped for the principal, saying, "You don't even have," to an 8th grade child, "You don't even have a dick, you dummy." Sharon looked at Green but said nothing. She tilted her head and kept looking. And then I wrote, is Lane is she our observer? She's watching these two, and then is she then? What's happening? They talk some more, and Lane kind of like, must be the stress. She thinks it's the stress getting to Green about everything. And Green is like, look, this is what we're going to do about the situation. We will sit here, Elaine, mouth shut, and swallow that dead boy. Then Zaina gets a call and sends it to Green. Green says, okay, I'll be with her in a moment. And then she looks at Lane and goes, my boss, Dr. Gutierrez, is here. So there's another boss in the chain. Now there's a Dr. Gutierrez. I don't know who Ed is at this. I still don't know who Ed is. Ed Swanson. And Green is like, well, we're not telling the teachers anything or the parents. We're not telling. Nobody is telling anybody anything. The families don't know anything. The school's not giving information. The police aren't giving information. And you know what? Everyone's afraid. Okay, Lane checked her phone. She's with her mom. We're meeting Lane's parents. Her mom's like, you want to get your phone? It's work. It was Ed calling, probably about transfers. She's with Patricia and Neil Waterman, her parents. And Patricia, her mom, does not push her on things. She knew a lot of what Lane did was hush hush. What is happening? She's a school guidance counselor. How many secret missions does she get put on? Neil Waterman is coming down the stairs. Sean definitely wants you to understand what the dad's like. He's clad in a navy sweater over a collared shirt and khakis, with a bookmarked novel in his hand. He looked his age, but was tall and broad, with a head of parted white hair that made him a 74-year-old you might see at the Oscars.
Okay.
You know how you're talking about like Sean being obsessed with like inner city stuff, Sophie's Journal, this book, but then his like reference point is like, you know what that guy looks like? An older chap you might see at the Oscars. It's like that's your reference pool, but you're insisting upon writing about inner city kids and inner city people.
But see, even in the way he describes people, you might get a short description when introduced, and then it's done, and it doesn't play into the character. A better writer would be throwing you things here and there as they make sense to mention.
Yep. Yeah. I know I bring it up all the time, but George R. Martin is very good at this. Like he'll give you a brief description of the person, and then from there on out, you'll get like little mentions here or there of like it's all very building. It's all, and then you're like, good, got it. Basically, the dad comes down to get coffee. He sits down like he's gonna read, and then he chugs this coffee because within a little conversation where they're talking about painting, this is Sean getting writerly. The mom's trying to pick out colors for the kitchen or the living room. I can't remember. And here's something. Here you go. Lane stirred off beyond the dining room, cupping her mug with both hands. She's talking to her mom about what else would you do? I don't know. Build something new? I haven't the energy for that. Besides, I like what I live in. But you're changing it. A fresh coat of paint, Elaine. That's not change. The dad is like, I don't care what color the living room is. And then he leaves. He sits down, chugs his coffee, gets up, goes back upstairs. And the mom is looking around at her walls, going, I love these walls. Raul's back. No one driving by. Okay. Oh, he's got somebody in his trunk. And he's just trying to get this person into the building without anybody noticing. He runs into a man who looked to be in his 30s, short and stocky, spoke with a Spanish accent even thicker than Raul's. Can't imagine. He hit him with a hammer, and he says he wants to, or he starts the process of getting the bad cucaracha into the building. Mm-hmm. He sees a car, Honda, dark tint, space pounding inside. That ain't cops. He remembers one time he had a hard time getting somebody into the building. It was one big mama back around Halloween. He gets the guy inside. So now he's sitting in the stairwell, landing, and Sean does something that I always bring up, where he says he sat on the cold, hard stairwell, landing for a beer or two. You tell me, Sean, which is it? He's talking to the person in the bag who I guess has like been hammered. I fight next to Jesus. We find you, and now you will go to him, just like you are now. What else does he say? God did not spare angels when they sinned, but cast them into hell and committed them to chains of gloomy darkness to be kept until the judgment. Peter 2 something. He can't remember. He puts him in Unit 10, the person. It's across the room, the hall from where he put the ground man. There's blood oozing out of the bag, like that looked like chocolate syrup. Oh yeah, I wrote this guy's got some thick ass blood. It was dark and viscous, Sean reiterates, and it's staining Rawls' fingers. We know, Sean, we know. Then he says, die for your sins. And he locks the I guess he just hammers the guys, then throws them into a room, locks the door, and is like, you're good. And he's listening to see if the ground man is making any noise, and it's still nothing. And he thinks, well, that guy's probably in hell now. This is where I wrote out the storylines that we have going. And look at this time. We're on chapter 24. We're
What
meeting.
is this? Did this guy killed the little kid at the school?
No. He
What does the kid at the school die from?
From being ill, of having hard skin disease that nobody knows what it is.
Okay.
And
so
then,
then how does this serial killer play into her? Why is she looking for him?
Because he lives in the building that they live in, I think. And then Alana's friend was
Who's Alana?
She was the gal that talked to Lane, who lived. Her uncle is Raul, and she knew Diego. I think
She's a kid.
she's a kid, remember, and she's wise beyond her years, but she doesn't know what hummus is, and she thinks she's saying humming.
Okay, so one of the kids, her uncle is the serial killer.
Yes, Alana's
Okay.
uncle. Yes, and her dad was dating.
I mean, that's so loosely. Who gives a shit? That's pretty
Well,
weak threads holding the story together.
I don't know how it's all going to come together. I think he
I don't think
sees.
it is.
He says he sees stuff in people's eyes. And that's why he's like hammering them. And of course, if you remember, there's like dried orange juice on their eyes.
Who
hey,
cares? It doesn't.
Well, maybe Sean, this is his writing style, because it's like, oh, you don't care about this? Well, guess what? Now it's time to meet the son, Jason Waterman. He's in college. He's sweating.
What could he add to this story?
Just more. It really is. It's just like this chapter is. I don't know.
I'm taking a break to get something to drink.
Okay, we're taking a break before we get into Jason Waterman's mental psyche. Trevor, when we were not recording, said that that Captain Underpants, a book that he's read, is better than this book. So there you go. Captain Underpants is a children's book, Larry.
Okay.
Is that the last book you read?
No, I mean Captain Underpants is like it's
never
for like
read it.
4th and 5th graders. It's like a graphic novel.
Oh,
And it's a comic book, I guess. But, you know, there's some underpants humor. You know,
it
I
sounds better
guess.
than this.
It is. I think it was mass produced. It was
Yeah,
at,
it's
was it
definitely
book
sold more
fairs?
copies. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They made that dog cop movie or whatever.
That's the same guy.
Yeah, it's Dave Pilkington or yeah, I think so.
Look at this.
I was
Trevor's in
not
the
Carl Pilkington because that's the Ricky Gervais
No,
guy.
no, yeah. All right. Are you buckled in, Trevor? Are you ready to get
Should I
inside the
buckle?
mind of Jason Waterman?
Sure, I guess.
He's sweating. He was in his dorm room with his roommates, and he left muttering curses under his breath. These fucking idiots. He can't breathe. He wants to be in school, but he can't be there. All because of his thing. He wanted to punch himself for it. Sometimes he did. Palm side of his fist, right against his cheek. He's palm side of his fist. So he's slapping himself. Or is he just hitting like this?
Why is he hitting himself?
Because of his thing.
All right.
Why
Nice
did he
hat.
come up? Me?
Yeah. Big
Got a
Bruins
problem with
fan.
it? Yeah, they're all right.
Okay, go on.
I mean, I've got a blank check hat somewhere. I got a
The movie?
the movie.
Okay.
He wanted to. Okay, why did he come apart? And how do others not? He wonders. Now, standing in the wide open darkness, he could feel his clammy neck grab the chill and hold it to his skin. I had another problem with that sentence. He could feel his clammy neck grab the chill and hold it to his skin. And I just started jotting down like the chill of the air grabbed his neck, bit at his neck. Like, why? I don't know. I just was really doing my
I get it.
hyper-focusing thing where I was like, what is this sentence, Sean?
His neck is so clammy and sticky that it's drawing things to it. Grabbed the cold out of the air, pulled it to his skin. Wow, this is good writing.
The trees may have helped keep noise away from Jason, creating an absorbent perimeter around him. He can't hear anyone at all. Wait. What is it here? He felt alone and at peace. He could not stand anyone at all. Any voice at all. Any challenge to an absolute clarity of mind was frustrating. It made him unreasonably angry. He knew that. You feel like this ever, Trevor? You just want everybody to shut up. Just let me have my singular thoughts.
Yeah, every day. Pretty much constantly.
So
you know what? Especially right now.
Oh, shit.
Let's all just shut up and sit here in silence. Let me think.
Oh, Colin would love that. He wondered if Antonell...
Better than us talking about Kill Tony.
Colin's... Your Q score with Colin is not great, Trevor. You gotta, like, change it up. You gotta learn.
That's why I'm sitting here quietly, keeping my damn mouth shut.
Shit. Colin's made Trevor...
Yeah, all right, fine, whatever. Malicious compliance. Right? That funny subreddit.
Not familiar. Is it a funny subreddit? Malicious compliance?
It's about people like their boss tells them to do something at their job and they go, "Okay, I will." And like
they squirt the ketchup extra hard into the ketchup machine.
Yeah.
You like that?
It's stories about people like owning authority figures in their life.
Is that where you sent me the thing where the guy was like, I wear this under my data center shirt?
No, that was just on my Instagram algorithm.
Okay.
The algorithm gave that one to me, which I loved. That was great.
The guy that was like, I got to stand by my punk rock roots. So I go to my corporate tech job every day wearing this uniform, but underneath it says like all data centers must burn. And it's on his t-shirt.
Yeah. But he like unbuttons his shirt and he's like
he's Superman. He's like, yeah. I'm quietly resisting.
It's very it's cringe. It's quality cringe.
Well, there's a girl. Jason's thinking about her. Antonell was in her. He wonders if she was in her room. She probably thought he wanted to fuck her. He did. Any guy would.
I'd like to fuck her.
She probably
hard.
She probably thought he wanted to fuck her. Well, he did. Any guy would. He talks with her in his 20th century lit class. And when he does, he feels high. Nothing calmed him like that. Her voice. or the fact that she knew exactly what he meant when he spoke. Her responses were relevant and gave weight to whatever he said. His shrink just sat there. His mother tried to breastfeed him. Ew, Lane. Then he's thinking about this. Well, going to her room after midnight would probably freak her out. And that would be it. And then he realizes, I don't even know her room number or where she lived. I think he knows where she lives. He just doesn't know where her room is in the building.
666.
He thinks, didn't she say she'd push Kafka out of her window, but it'd only be on the second floor and it would live? He's trying to figure out where would that room be, that joke, if she was. Hey. Larry's interested. Do you want to hear that sentence entirety?
I guess.
She'd once lamented that she'd missed the opportunity to push Kafka out her window, but it only being on the second floor, he'd probably still live and write more.
I mean, he only wrote 3 books. And they're all pretty funny. I don't know. Fuck this woman.
Thick hair, dark, curly. She was tiny and explosive with a wicked little smile. She could probably win a fist fight. I hate this. Also, is this big show don't tell?
Are you reading
advice
my
for Sean?
inner monologue?
Oh, Trevor's bricked up. His dream girl is being described. A little tiny gal that could win a fist fight. She's got spunk. She's quirky as hell. Yeah, is this show don't tell? You're just like describe like all the impertinent. You're not. She's not in this chapter, by the way. She never shows up, so we're just getting Jason's like descriptions of. We're supposed to get it all from that. And then he's like, "Ugh, I'll just see her tomorrow in class. She's probably asleep, and I can't find her." He brings that up again. It'd be impossible to figure out what room she's in. And then he's standing in front of the dorm building, the dormitory, and he's out in the winter. I guess I try to figure it out. I think I try to figure out when this is. I think it's late January or early Feb. They said that Lane has been halfway through the school year, right? So it's something like that. Anyways, he's just wearing a t-shirt and jeans, no coat. He's just rubbing his arms, standing in front of the building. And then you better believe it's at the end of the next paragraph after he says it'd be impossible to find anyways. He wouldn't know where to go in there anyway. And he certainly wouldn't know what to say. Sean just keeps paragraph after paragraph going, and I don't even know where the room is.
I was looking at Sean's Goodreads.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you did that.
I think I did. Everybody was just like,
those were AI.
Oh,
those were clearly fake. And there were a couple different models. One was just so blatant. You'd be like, yeah, of course it is. A few were like Indian ones that like no one, the housewife who picked up this book is not writing like this.
I think I didn't read them because they were all the same. Was I was going to say they all had the general same vibe of like once you get into it, it's a good book or something along those lines.
Yeah, there were maybe one or two genuine one, maybe just one that kind of criticized it, but not. It was still 4 stars. So yeah, I think he
didn't Lanny Poffo read his last book and was like, it's exquisite.
That was an Amazon review.
Yeah. Oh, okay. He's not on Goodreads. Lanny wasn't on Goodreads.
That's all. Sorry.
No. No. Yeah, all the reviews I remember being very like,
But that just means he clearly, or his agency or something, is generating.
No one was reading this thing.
Or are those just bots in general looking to get hits, so they'll just phone things and review anything?
Well, I mean, this is published by him. It's copyright Sean Oliver. Like, there's no publishing house to this.
Yeah.
How many books do you think this sold? Genuinely. Counting my
538.
copy.
538.
Wow.
The statistics guy,
Nate Silver.
Yeah.
No, 530. Rest in peace to that great website.
I thought you were gonna say rest in peace to Nate Silver.
Nate Silver once heralded New York food as unheralded. He
What?
heralded New York food. Yes, he was like, you know what? A food scene that a lot of people don't talk about? New York City. Nate, you fucking dumbass. Jason thinks, should he write something? What? A poem? Song? Ugh. The stuff of serial killers. Okay, I don't know if Sean has a grip on what serial killers write. They write manifestos, don't they? Or like,
Sure.
Well, they cut the letters out of magazines.
yeah, they're not
Yeah.
writing poems necessarily or songs. I guess, well, Charlie, but he didn't kill anybody. He wrote some songs.
Charles
Oh,
Manson.
Charles, yeah. You don't know the
I
Beach
mean,
Boys
indirectly killed.
stuff? Indirectly. Any serial killers that are musicians that you can think of? Later.
Don't we all have a musician inside us?
I was gonna say he's not a serial killer though. The one that always fascinates me is the Waco guy, David Koresh.
But he was a poet.
Well, no, he played music.
Oh, he did. He tickled the ivories.
No, he played guitar.
Oh.
It's kind of I posed this weekend. I was listening to some of his music,
Hmm.
and I said it's kind of a Hitler thing, where if someone had just bought one of Hitler's paintings, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
that whole theory. If this guy would have just got a couple gigs,
It always speaks to how unsettling they are, because there's the same thing with like Charles Manson, where it was like the Beach Boys were like, okay, all right. And if they just would have listened a little bit more, let them
Yeah.
participate a little bit more. But
Yeah, I
everybody's-
mean, that's kind of on the Beach Boys, is it not? They should have.
yes, all of those
They
crimes
should've
are on the
brought
Beach
him in.
Boys.
Yeah,
Finally,
You-
hold
you
them
ignore this-
accountable.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, this guy's crazy. You have to kind of go with it.
You
or
know who?
else-
Brian Wilson probably fed him all the race stuff.
Dennis was the one that brought him around.
Oh,
Yeah, the surfer guy, right?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I guess they're all surfers. They're the Beach Boys.
I think Dennis was the only surfer.
Oh, okay.
Who wrote Kokomo?
Come on,
think that-
stop. That's not Beach Boys.
I love that song.
That's Mike Love, of course.
It's a good song. That's Mike Love. Yeah, Kevin Love's uncle.
Yeah.
Hmm. Friend of Steve Kern.
Steve Kern,
You know
Oh, that's
Steve?
right.
Yeah.
the basketball coach.
No, that's Steve Kerr.
Okay.
Kern.
Kieran.
Kern. Chapter 25. So he doesn't. He just is like, oh, I'll just go back to my room. That's the whole chapter. Chapter 25. More transfers sitting in her bin. 71. Oh, is this where I decided to do the math? At one point, I was like, okay, no, is this a problem? How many transfers are we doing here? Do I get to it? Let's see. 4. Oh, yeah, it's 3 kids a week. Is 3 kids a week transferring out of your school bad? That's noticeable,
Yeah.
right?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Okay. So good on Ed. He thinks it's a scam. So now she's at number 71. And she goes, 71 was high for halfway through a school year. But it could be anything. And she remembers Belinda Coates, Lily's teacher. That would be Diego, the dead boy's sister. She asks the teacher shows up to the Belinda coach shows up to Lane's basement office, and they go, "Have you heard anything other than the fact that she moved in with an aunt in Union City?" The teachers ask the guidance counselor, "Have you heard anything about that family?" Yeah, she moved with an aunt to Union City. Miss Coates shifted. What do you know about Diego's death? How did it happen? Okay, so now we also describe Miss Coates. She's an old lady who Sean describes as everyone loved the wise, soft-spoken owl in room 102. So picture a lady that looks like an owl, or she's wise like an owl. She might be shaped like that too.
I'm sure he'll describe her as such.
Then
her head turned 360 degrees.
I like that.
Yeah,
Get some is something interesting in the book. The teacher reveals to Lane, the mother, she was sick too. Even Sean says, leaning in and dramatically telling Lane a secret. A trope of Sean is that everyone in their conversations kind of it's not like a conversation you have in real life. They're dumb. They're both dumb people, or they switch roles of being the dumb person. So like the teacher gives Lane a journal, and she goes, "Here." She wrote about her bunny. Lily had a rabbit, a stuffed animal. It's just like, what is this back and forth? Lily had a bunny, a rabbit, no, a stuffed animal. And Lily wrote about how she loves her stuffed animal and that mommy is sick and can't give hugs anymore. Sometimes they see parts of her skin show through and it's hard and cracky. She's always in a coat, scarf, and gloves. I guess she is cold. And then the teacher's like, I read that. I just assumed their heat was acting up. Maybe something was wrong in the apartment, carbon monoxide or something. The boy was sick. I heard he'd been sick. And then again, Lane, instead of being like, yes, I've also heard that. Yes, he was sick. And this and just divulging information. She starts playing like devil's advocate with this teacher who's coming to her with information. She goes, well, lots of kids come to school sick. Well, what about this journal? Lots of mommies get colds, Lane says. And then she remembers Lana telling her, you can't go home with them. And the teacher's like, hey, maybe you can tell the authorities about the mom being sick, like the kid, the dark or the cracked skin. And she goes, I'll tell the principal. And she goes, very interesting. The mom was sick, similar to Diego. The hard skin, yes. Well, I could take it to the principal, and she might deny hearing this again. This is a bona fide lead. I should probably take to the police. But then Green would see that as betrayal. She didn't want to make Green mad. Green already seems very upset about everything. And I was like, I thought this woman was supposed to be so competent. Both of these women. And she just is looking at the transfer bin. She puts it in. And then she looks at the name. Wait a minute. What name did I just type in? What? Marcus Gabriel? We're back with the principal. And we got another character. Now, Trevor, you were saying off mic that there are too many characters in this book. Are you ready for another one? I know Larry's going to get excited because it's a detective.
Jesus.
It's Detective Airado. And they're kind of going back and forth. The principal feels uncomfortable. She's like, I feel like you were one of my students. He's like, I assure you, I did not. And then she goes, yeah, second thought, you wouldn't have made it out alive over at PS32, skinny thing like you. And I was like, what is this talk? The principal looks at the detective who's skinny. He's like, yeah, they would have eaten you alive at my school. And then he says, that's the same thing I say to perps about county jail when I walk them to the car. They won't survive because they're skinny. Anyway, and he goes, those were probably your students because they're, criminals because we're in the inner city. Sadly, I know they were. He goes, hey, I want to talk to all the kids in Diego's class. So we're going to have to contact the parents. She's like, oh, Lord. She asked, what did the autopsy say? It's done. And he doesn't give any more information than that. He has some questions. How long has Miss Perez been working for you? I'd have to check for sure, but I'd say 7, maybe 8 years. Never any issues. Shy type. Why would the principal add that? The principal, how long has she worked for me? 8 years. She's a shy one. Put that in your notebook. We get a description of Arado. Or Arado. He's got a shoulder bag. He was well groomed and slick. His shirt was pressed, and his hair had maybe just a touch too much product in it. How do we know? Well, the fluorescence from above glistened in it.
Again.
Miss Green, the medical examiner indicated that Diego was severely dehydrated. We're trying to put together a timeline of his last 48 hours, and a big part of that will be what he ate and drank. Or didn't. And she goes, how terrible. I'm going to need cooperation from your food service people also. After we talk here, I'd like to meet with them. And again, what I was saying, where Sean, like characters, all of a sudden turn the dumb switch on. She goes, what would they have to do with Diego's eating or not eating? He just said he wants to know what he was eating. He wants to talk to the lunch lady. He wants to... The little ones don't even go to the cafeteria. The food is brought to their classroom out in the trailer. They have a cafeteria. They have a calf, and the kids don't even go there. Remember that, Trevor? Do you remember that, Trevor? That Sean calls it a calf, not a cafeteria.
That's right. Good Lord.
So they have a
making up shorthand.
By the way, Sean had Lane go to the cafeteria to look for the students, to look for Lana. And now she's saying that the kids, at least maybe pre-K, don't go to the cafeteria. The lunches are brought to them by who? I don't know. 1 staff member, 2, 3. That's a lot of lunches to bring in. Is it on a cart? It's in a trailer, so there's steps. They hand it inside of the trailer. These are the things that go through my mind. What is going on with the layout of the school? Now there's trailers outside the buildings. This building is huge. I speak also as a kid that had classes in a trailer. So I'm just well aware there's no way you're bringing lunches inside the trailer.
Oh, were you a naughty kid?
No. They just were at the time. The school wasn't big enough, and then eventually they got the money to expand the school. But then for a while they were having classes in trailers. David Singh walks in, the assistant principal. He's like a little bit more like schmoozy with the detective. He's like, yeah, you can talk to our nurse. Hey, yeah, you can talk to the Sharon, our nurse. And then he asked the detective, are there any other cases like this? What cases? Like this one, this kind of death? There are mysterious deaths from time to time, says the detective. What do you think Arado? Do you think he's Hispanic?
How do you spell it?
Ayrado.
A-Y.
R-A-D-O. Or is he Italian? He could be Italian. I don't know.
It's like an anagram for Ayn Rand.
It is like that. Or is it like you mix the letters, yeah, and you get like
I'm the murderer.
it gets
Yeah, maybe because last name origins and shit. Nothing really.
What do you think Sean's doing here?
Well, it says there's 14 people who have it who are Cuban.
Okay, so he's Cuban. Well, whenever I hear time to time, I thought maybe he was like Irish. He could be Irish Cuban. There are mysterious deaths from time to time. Any bodies in this condition out there? And the principal, this very allegedly competent older woman who's been there for 100 years, is like, oh, she brought it up. What condition is that? The skin brittle, cracked like an eggshell. And then he's like, did the teacher say that? I think she said dry skin. So they're like kind of smirking at each other, being like, right, dry skin. Okay. So Singh takes him down to the cafeteria. And the principal's left to go, why was Singh pressing so hard for answers? Just because they knew it could be a disease, they shouldn't say it's a disease. This is where I was like, why? This is part of the reason why the book is boring. No one's pushing for answers. I felt like Robert McKee in Adaptation, where I'm tapping on the book going, you're missing the drama. Put the drama in, then you got something.
Yeah.
Sean Oliver standing in the crowd being like, what if I just wrote dry dialogue where nothing really happens and everything stays the same? Then why the fuck are you wasting my time? Has Sean Oliver seen Adaptation?
No.
Lane's back at the apartment buildings, down in the bad part of town. And she would like you to know that even in the daylight, the block is still scary. A lot of descriptions of the books of the buildings. She's like looking at her phone. She's like looking at the mailboxes, looking for Aviles, which is the last name. Looking to see if she could maybe she's going to investigate herself, see what's going on in these buildings. She wanted to know what Raoul knows about all the transfers, because he said the name Gabriel and that Gabriel would bring her back, and now she just put in a transfer of Marcus Gabriel. But we also know that Raoul is just religious and drunk, and so he's just talking probably about Gabriel, the angel. And she's Lane. I guess Lane is dumb now, and it says Raoul had predicted that one would bring Lane back, and here she was. She sees Superintendent. She sees Unit 3C. It was marked Gabriel. Okay. She thinks that, man, she's standing here at this building. She's not even, paying attention to anything. She's just off on this mission to find the man who may not have been any less Loco. And I wrote, is it racist to think like that? If you know a Hispanic person, are you like, this guy might be Loco? Because he said it is that is she having racist thoughts? Applying,
I think so.
Something. Lane has a major revelation. Something was amiss about that man. He was potentially dangerous. He knew a lot, maybe more than the police, and they should probably know about him. That detective was in school earlier. He and Singh had walked past her office toward the cafeteria. He still might be there. I was like, you were in the office going, I have a huge lead. The mom was sick too. And you watched him walk by and went, you know what? This Marcus Gabriel thing, I got to check that out. Go check the apartments. Oh, this is, yeah, I got into it here. Here's the Bing of her phone. Bing. A new email address, or a new email with a familiar address. It was from Alana the Dancer 2010. That's Alana's email. Hi, Miss Waterman. This is Alana from school. A child wrote this email to her, okay? I'm sorry I missed the hummus you brought for me. Spelled Humis. They moved me and I didn't know about it. I'm with my pop here and it's so boring. I miss my school and I miss you and I miss mommy. Pop said we have to go because she is sick, but I don't think you should leave people sick. I think you should help them. He said we can't help and I could get sick like her if we stay. I want to see you, but I can't. Pop wouldn't even let me hug her when I was there because she was so sick. He said something about hurting her, that she could break. Maybe he means she broke her arm or something. But I miss her and I miss everyone. I will try and come visit soon. I have to ask Pop. P.S. I capitalized my eyes. She misspelled capitalized.
I have Pop in the attic.
Trevor, are you holding your hand to your mouth because you're so aghast that we have another possible lead? Do you want to know that I spent not hours, I'll say 1 solid hour. When Sean does italics, it's not just Times New Roman in italics. He picks an entirely different cursive font. And I was like, why? And what is this? Like, if I can show you, the Z is so fancy. It's very loopy.
Oh, okay.
And the Y is very swoopy. And Lane thinks Alana's mother should still be right across the street, upstairs in a 3rd floor apartment alone and probably very sick. So she's probably going to go check out the sick mom, get some clues maybe. Thankfully, that email reached her while she was out and about in that area. So we did it. We're halfway through the book. Probably got 3 left, maybe less, if I really am good about reading and we rocket through this. You want to know the teaser for next week, chapter 28?
Sure.
Jason left the 3rd floor bathroom for the 2nd time. We're back with Jason. Yeah.
God.
Just when things were getting sick. Look at that. An hour and a half. Trevor, is your ass sweaty and hot?
Yes.
Too bad. Too sad.
I got a Anna's Archive mirror set up.
What's an Anna's Archive mirror?
You know, because that site like keeps getting taken down.
Oh.
There's so many cool wrestling books I want to do, and we're wasting our fucking time with this stupid shit.
We'll get to them. I know you don't want to do Jimmy Corderas' book. I bet it's good though.
No, well, I don't know. Only they all look good for 2 seconds, you know what I mean, and then you,
and then it's another story of sexual assault.
yeah, you just think I got to live with this for 2 months. So does it still sound cool? And usually it's no.
Well, I know other book podcasts do it like once every other week, so it gives them more time to read, and they cover way more material. But they do it like, I still think that we don't have that discipline to be like, oh yeah, I read like 200 pages, and we'll talk about it over.
I would if you wouldn't summarize every sentence.
Well, also our books don't really lend themselves to like fiction or like.
That's true. The biography stuff, we do need to go slow on those.
This is, I mean, I don't know what to say about Sean's book. I don't know why he wrote it. That's what's really like making my mind itchy. when I read it. I'm like, who is this for? Why is this here? Why did he do this? It's not scary. It's not particularly interesting. It's not covering anything. I guess it's covering transfers in inner city schools and test scores. And he was like, maybe if I attach the supernatural thing to it, it'll get people interested in that. Is that what it is?
Oh, it's a vehicle for him?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm grasping at straws. Sean, help me. And is it interesting? I guess he finds it interesting.
I don't know.
Trevor, are you going to buy the next book?
No.
You're just going to always sit there and just listen about Jimmy Corderas the next time?
I don't know.
Oh, Trevor, this is a record through the ringer. If I did a radio yo-yo, will that cheer you up?
I don't know.
Oh no,
I'm out. I can't even talk.
Oh, no.
I have to go.
You have to go to the potty?
Yes.
Oh,
just generally.
One or two?
One.
Okay. You should wear diapers to one of these things.
No.
And then just be like, I'm going.
Okay.
Okay, you're free to go. I mean, you can go.
All right. Sorry. Bye.
No, you're fine. You're good. Okay. I like that it got darker in your room. Oh, be gone. I have a question. Why do I surround myself with manics? Is that me? Do I do that to myself?
Listen, there are patterns in people I have come to know in my life.
Oh no. That doesn't speak well for me. Don't you surround yourself with ne'er-do-wells?
Well, I actually don't. I mean, I did in the last 10 years only because you're kind of forced to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My friends before AA were very normal people. Are still. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Generally speaking.
Man, see, we don't even know what to do with it. It's an hour and a half. We're like, boy, I'm like, gosh, yeah, do we push it to another half hour?
Yeah, I don't mind doing whatever. I'm just
I'm with Trevor though. I don't have my fan on. I gotta get this fan on. Hold on. I got it. I'm not sweaty like him, but
you don't have air conditioning?
I do. It's just I'm up at the top floor.
Oh, okay.
Baby,
Yeah,
all the
doesn't
heat
go up either.
Woo! All that heat trapped in the corner.
You need an exhaust fan,
brother. Let's see. What do we got? Is there anything? Oh, we can talk about Mick Foley getting an AEW job. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, sure. He took Jeff Jarrett's job.
Is it bad that my immediate thought was, Al Snow's prediction that somebody would die in an AEW ring, and I was like, oh no, I hope it's not Mick. It'd be terrible for Al.
He's gonna take a bump.
They're reviving Punky Brewster.
Okay.
Why? On Peacock. Was Punky Brewster the robot?
No.
What was that one?
Oh god damn it, what the fuck was the name of it? I don't remember now. Small Wonder.
Oh, Small Wonder.
Yeah.
I remember that one more than Punky Brewster, I feel like. Did you see that they're making a movie about Jimmy? What's his name? Oh, what's the guy? He did the poem on Late Night. Why am I not thinking of him? He's in movies I like. Jimmy Stewart. Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart did a poem on Late Night. I don't know what that means.
You never seen that? Where he reads the Here, let's pull it up. You've never seen that? Jimmy Stewart on Johnny Carson?
No.
It literally comes up. Jimmy Stewart reads a touching poem about his dog Bo. Huh, you never seen that? I mean, it's 4 minutes long. You want to watch it?
Oh.
It'll make you think of a time when simpler times.
I'm not hearing anything.
Oh, hold on.
yet.
I haven't pulled it up yet. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Share screen. Jimmy Stewart. When things were better.
I thought you were going to talk.
Say.
When you talk about, listen, let me sidetrack it for a second.
Yeah.
When you talk about reading a poem on the Tonight Show,
Mm-hmm.
I think about Lily Sobieski's post 9/11 poem.
Now see, I haven't seen that, so we'll follow that.
Oh my God!
I gotta see that. Okay, so this is July 28th, 1981.
Okay.
Here we go.
Join it here. Now this, well, they could always start the wedding late, I guess.
Giving him a hard time, Johnny.
Yeah.
Now the title of it is Bo. That's the name of the dog. He never came to me when I would call unless I had a tennis ball, or he felt like it. But mostly he didn't come at all. When he was young, he never learned to heel or sit or stay. He did things his way. Discipline was not his bag, but when you were with him, things sure didn't drag. He'd dig up a rose bush just to spite me, and when I'd grab him, he'd turn and bite me.
How long is this going to go?
He bit lots of folks from day to day. The delivery boy was his favorite prey. The gas man wouldn't read our meter. He said we owned a real man-eater. He set the house on fire, but the story's long to tell. Suffice to say that he survived and the house survived as well. And on evening walks, and Gloria took him, he was always first out the door. The old one and I brought up the rear because our bones were sore. And he'd charge up the street with Mom hanging on. What a beautiful pair they were. And if it was still light and the tourists were out, they created a bit of a stir. But every once in a while, he'd stop in his tracks and with a frown on his face, look around. It was just to make sure that the old one was there to follow him where he was bound.
Yeah.
We're early to bedders in our house. I guess I'm the first to retire. And as I'd leave the room, he'd look at me and get up from his place by the fire. He knew where the tennis balls were upstairs, and I'd give him one for a while, and he'd push it under the bed.
I like that he got
sympathy
sympathy laughs in the beginning, and they're just gone
but
now.
before very long,
No, they're crying.
He'd tire the ball, and he'd be
They're
asleep in his
sniffling.
corner in no time at all. And there were nights when
It's a
I'd feel him
fucking
climb upon our
dog,
bed
man.
and lie between us, and I'd pat his head. And there were nights when I'd feel this stare, and I'd wake up and he'd be sitting there, and I'd reach out to stroke his hair, and sometimes I'd feel him sigh, and I think I know the reason why. He'd wake up at night and he would have this fear of the dark, of life, of lots of things, and he'd be glad to have me near. And now he's dead. And there are nights when I think I feel him climb upon her bed and lie between us, and I pat his head. And there are nights when I think I feel that stare, and I reach out my hand to stroke his hair, and he's not there. Oh, how I wish that wasn't so. I'll always love a dog named Bo.
Oh, Daddy, stop. Stop.
Can you believe that Joe Biden ripped that off? Because he's a famous plagiarist, Joe Biden, and about his son Bo. He just took the Jimmy Stewart poem about his dog. Terrible. I'm gonna find the Lily Sobieski thing.
I got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
It's only a bad quality one, but it's there. So yeah, I think I swear maybe it's lost media.
She doesn't in a swimsuit? Holy cow! What?
Yeah, it's only audio.
Oh, okay.
But I was going to say, I swear I remember seeing the video of it once, but years ago. And I only knew about this because Stern would play this, like coming in and out of things, because it was so cringy.
Okay.
So she does this shortly after 9/11 on Leno.
Oh boy.
Called, This Day and All the Rest. One day, one, more than another. The other, that day, those people, too many, too personal, but not. People you know, but you yourself know not. Crashing down, all frown, hurting, walking, silently screaming, slowly running, often feeling nothing. Seeing the lucky ones fleeing, seeing those trapped inside, cry. Cry. It's okay. It's not okay. Smile. If it's natural, feel alive. The president speaks. The situation reeks an act of war. I enter my room, close the door, sit here. Here where buildings do not fall to the floor. We young will experience much more. Future, liberty, the freedom to mope about in poetry. My brother, I love you. All friends and family too. Safe for now. Glad to know I'm alive with all of
She's
you.
been like my brother.
Feel what is real. Feel, later heal. One person feeling the same as all the rest. Please let us act and do what is best.
Thank you.
Wow. Never forget. People grieve in their own way. Wow. Is that something now I'm wondering? Am I going to write if I ever feel some kind of mourning or grief? I mean, I guess I've had people pass and animals pass. I've never been compelled to write a poem.
I am so in touch with my feelings. I'm sentimental. I'm not doing that for the cats.
You're not going to write a cat poem?
No.
Would your wife hate it if you started playing like Smelly Cat from Friends on the guitar, but insisted that was an original thing you've just written for the cats?
Don't do a bit.
I'm just curious. Man, how many times have other people?
The 9/11 thing. I mean, I was in junior year. Yeah, junior.
Yeah.
I already I didn't get any of the jingoist stuff. I saw right through it already.
It felt, I remember it feeling odd.
I was 16 and I knew
that everybody was that was like freedom fries. Remember that? Trying to make that a thing. I was like, what is going on? What is this? Yeah, we were definitely, at least we're like, if you're listening to, at least I was like David Cross or these other like comedians at that time in the like late 90s, early 2000s. You are.
No, see, I was free of any influence. I wasn't into anything like that yet. It was just my own mind.
It's so funny if you listen to that now, where they're like, George W. Bush is so stupid. It's like, strap in, guys. It's only gonna get dumber. Remember that when George W. Bush was his big thing was, boy, isn't he? What a dumb guy he is. Now see, where's Trevor? He would have enjoyed this. I literally do have in my notes somewhere in my phone or something, a topic I want to talk to Trevor about. I'll use that to reel him back in next week. Like, no, I've got something I'd like to talk about for the first half hour. A little topic that's close to your heart. Fine. I thought about throwing everybody a bone and doing Steve Kieran next, but then I was like, that's not my style. My style is to punish. My style is not to reward.
I was just thinking about I don't know what I was listening to, but I'm like, I want to be back in the world of Steve.
Yeah. I mean, I am curious. One day we will, I assume. I am curious how his WWF stuff went down and all that, and being pitched Doink the Clown and Skinner. And
I don't think he got pitched doink. He was the fucking third
you
one.
think he just rolled in and they were like, "We
He was
gotta
like
have a
third or
Doink."
fourth. It was
Don't
probably
you
at
think
a taping, and they were like,
Throw
"Who's a
it on?
pudgy guy that we can throw in this makeup?"
I don't know.
Kern.
Well, then I guess
Really?
I would hope that they took him aside and they're like, "How do you feel about being a clown?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Sure." I'm sure the conversation was pleasant. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe he was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Are you watching any? Are you excited for Double or Nothing, Larry?
I don't.
Are you excited for Clash in Italy?
I tried to watch that Raw, and I 10 minutes was. I never want to see anything like that again. I don't know what it was.
The fans online are revolt. They're in revolt. They're
Just the production. It was like I think the pay-per-view was the night before.
Mm-hmm.
So like they kept intersplicing like influencer fan reactions in with the highlights of the show.
Damn, man, they threw them all up the river, saying you can't clip our stuff. Shut down all those channels. Did you hear about that? All those reaction guys, that watch and react.
Okay.
They all got their channels shut down by WWE on copyright claims.
Love it.
No more. There was that one guy that posted a Reddit about it, and I felt the need to respond because he goes, it's not really WWE doing it. It's a company they hired doing it that's going through all the content and flagging it. I wrote, brother, it's what do you mean it's not WWE doing it? It's a company they hired. Yeah, it's them. Now, don't give them any heat. They're not really. It's not their fault. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to watch Double or Nothing. I'm not familiar. Or I'm kind of watching the TV.
What's the world title match?
Darby Allin and MJF. And MJF, his hair is on the line. The title's on the line and his hair. And the crazy thing is about this is that all the talk that I see and listen to about it, we went from, I don't know how this happened. I guess God bless Tony Khan. Everybody's like, Darby's a transitional champion. He'll probably MJF will take the title back at the next pay-per-view. Everyone is acting under the assumption that MJF is going to lose his hair this Sunday. I don't know. People are just behaving as if it's like a done deal and that Darby's just going to drop it the next night, or Wednesday. Or there might
kind of I mean, what's the real story then if just now MJF wins it back and we're done? And
people are like,
so what did we accomplish with that?
Already laying the ground of Darby's like breaking down because he's defending the title every show every week. And so they've just started laying that down where, you can only get German suplexed off the top rope.
That needs to be longer though. That's
the thing. So are they starting it now and they're rushing it to MJF, or are they going to actually play it out all the way to Forbidden Door?
Yeah.
It just all ends up in like, who's Ospreay going to face at Wembley? Is it Swerve, or is it Okada? Is it Omega? Who gets the belt off of it? Or is it MJF? Are they really going to run that back, MJF Ospreay? I would do Swerve Ospreay. That's me though. It hasn't been done to death. Swerve can be interesting sometimes. Ospreay. Look, he's in the tournament. He's going to win the tournament. He's getting the title shot. I think Tony Khan is not going to play with fire in that regard and be like, you all thought he'd be main eventing Wembley this year, didn't you? Well, guess what? I pulled it away again.
I heard, are the sales really bad?
For Wembley?
Yeah.
I don't know where they're at yet. I know where they should be at. It's at the end of August. They need to be cracking 40,000. That's what they need to do.
Uh-oh.
What are they at now?
24.
24 is not good. I mean, it's the show's at the end of August. They've got time. They have to release a card. They'll probably get to 30 easy. 30's like, okay. Fine. It's a lot of people. You'd like to see 40, though. What did they do? This is only the second time they've been in. No, this is the third time they've been in Wembley, right? They went boom, boom, then took a break.
This is the David Von Erich Memorial Show.
So what did they do the last time in Wembley? Do we know?
It was 30 something, I think, right? They beef it up to 50, but it was like a soft 50.
Do we have like ticket information? God damn it. I Googled Wembley AEW Stadium. That will get me the results I need. AEW Wembley attendance would have been 2020.
Okay, the first one did 72. Got it?
Yep. Well,
next
what
one
does
did
Will
46.
Ospreay's tattoo say? It says 81,000.
Next one did 46.
They've got to get to 40 then. They have to. They don't have to do shit. I'm just saying, if you took a break, you better get to the same thing again.
Yeah, I mean,
you got to elite
too. They did 20,000 people in a baseball stadium.
Hey, nobody said they're number one. That alone, people were like, it's so funny. It's like kind of proof that you should never listen to like your hardcore fans. Like he built up. He built up the whole Mox thing. He got people back behind Mox and all that, and like buying in, wanting the title off of him, and then the Hangman thing. And he built it all up, and the AEW fans went, "Yay! Finally, he did it. He put the belt on Hangman." And the Hangman thing had no juice, and he was like, "Okay, moving on from that." And then even Hangman, I guess, was like, "I'm not ever gonna be the title. It's not me. It's not for me." Oh, well. I think you should just keep, except for New Day in AEW. Is that doing anything for you?
Did that happen?
Well, did you see Dave was arguing? Because people were like, New Day should just show up at Double or Nothing in New York. And he's like, they can't. They were like, well, they should be in the audience. And he goes, so they did that with Sable and WCW and WWF. Like, put a cease and desist on their ass. He just kept going. It was the thing where people he was finding replies of people going, well, what if they did this? What if they did that? And Dave going, no, they can't. I don't know what kind of deal. I assume that they struck a thing where they had a 90-day compete if they left. There's no way WWE just was like, yeah, fuck it, leave, bye.
Well, no, you can. You just don't get the money. That 90-day non-compete, anybody can waive it. You're just not getting the money because you get paid through it.
Interesting. Dave didn't bring that up.
Yeah.
If I'm New Day, and I know I can get a big fat contract from AEW, I'm waiving that shit. Yeah, I'm on the next pay-per-view. I'm showing up.
I don't know.
What do you think about this? People are still waiting for them to do some kind of like Cope and Christian and two other teams, ladders, table. They want that so bad. I just don't think that they've got that in them. Especially, I think after Cope, what did he do? Break his leg or his foot or whatever he did after he jumped off the cage or jumped off such and such.
Yeah.
He's old. Let him rest.
Oh wait, what are they doing?
People want that. They want a gimmick match for Wembley, like a big trio, like a lot of tag teams, you know.
Oh, for Wembley,
especially when the New Day stuff dropped. People are like, "Oh shit, you could do New Day, Young Bucks, fucking FTR, fucking Edge and Cope and Christian, and fucking ladders and Dave." Oh my god. All I know is that usually I read like fantasy booking, and Tony never does the fantasy booking, and then that makes people upset. What else is up? Brock Lesnar unretired. You like any of that?
What was the point?
That they don't have anything for Obafemi. It's them saying we don't have anything for this dude.
Was it a return where he just gave him the move and that was it?
He came in through the crowd. He came, into the ring from the crowd, and he gave him a bunch of F5s.
Okay.
And then I think later Paul Heyman was like,
so it's the same thing when Brock came out and did that to Cody after WrestleMania. And that was part of the feud.
Except
I guess that's how Brock communicates.
But this last time Brock took his boots and gloves off in the ring and then walked around slapping all the fans' hands and then hugged Paul Heyman, and they were both blubbering. And then the next week they were like, the Beast retired. And now I guess he's not. And I guess he's gonna beat Obafemi, right? That would be, you know what, you have to tip your cap to Paul Levesque if they bring him back and then Obafemi just puts him in the dirt again. Then you're like, wow, you actually made this guy. Sweet. Sure. That's awesome. I don't think that's gonna happen, but
everyone's too much of a coward. That's the Vader booking. Over Inoki.
Yeah, no, they're not gonna do. I mean, Brock's gonna win. And then people will go, what the fuck? Because they're back in that thing that was a Vince thing of like, I only have these people that I trust.
Yeah.
Roman and Brock.
Seth Rollins will be back in the picture soon.
God, what is CM Punk doing? Who's he feuding with? Oh, no, he took time off. He's gone. He's not even, okay. He's not even on TV now these days. Okay. Yeah, he took June off or something.
Are the Blackhawks in the playoffs?
Yeah. Well, he was at the you saw him. He was at the MVP MMA. He was, giving his giving his analysis. Did you enjoy that?
Oh, I didn't. I only fast forwarded to the fight.
Oh yeah, I
didn't even know it was going to be that short. I didn't let it get spoiled. I watched it the morning after because I fell asleep.
Yeah. He was there in the crowd, and he said that Ronnie Rossi was going to do an armbar. That was his prediction. He made some kind of comment, and then the guy was like, your stuff. And he's like, yeah, I've dabbled. I think he was referring to his commentary career in MMA. He did say he wanted to shout out his wife, April. Right. And he wanted to let her know that he'd be home soon and that he loves her very much.
Where else would he be?
And what else? I don't know. Do you think Mox ran into him at all? Mox was there. They exchanged holds. Well, Marina Shafir brought the crew, brought all the guys.
Okay.
They were her +5. So did they have better seats than Punk? Who was it? The TKO?
Mox should have brought that Home Depot manager who beat him in that grappling fight. Get him this ticket.
I'm sure he respects that man. Give him a hearty handshake. Try to get him a development deal in AEW. You know what? I'd like to see Brian Alvarez versus John Moxley roll around a little tech. What does he do? Jiu-jitsu to taekwondo?
I think Alvarez would choke him out.
You think so?
Honestly, I really do.
It'd be interesting, especially now he's got that. He's in shape. He's got his groove back.
You think he's getting his levels elevated?
They're gonna say, is he getting his dick sucked? Is he getting? Yeah. Oh yeah. I think he's on something.
Yeah, returning to his.
Fucking rang up Dave and was like, "What's your current regiment? What do you?"
I want to feel like I'm 30 again.
What do you think Dave's on? What do you think Dave's gear? What is his supplements? What's the powder he's throwing into his drinks?
I always thought Dave was clean.
You don't think he does even any supplements?
Well, like what? I mean, what does that mean?
I don't know, just maybe a little like creatine or something. Just
I mean, he's doing all the bodybuilder stuff. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, what do you think is like? Is he just doing just the straight, just creatine? Is he mixing in any other? Like, is he getting really into it? He's got all the.
I've
He's
never
using the Kenny Omega.
I've never heard Dave talk protein shakes. Oddly enough, like, and I've listened to a lot of fucking EATA shows.
Yeah. You know what this means, don't you? We have to go to one of those Q&As, and that's our question that everybody gets.
I would love to know about Dave's.
What's your regimen? Do
Lifting
you think he would brush us off, or would he genuinely answer?
I wish I still had the Twitter. I'd have fucking just asked him. He'd have done it.
You think it makes Dave uncomfortable when people ask him this kind of stuff that's not wrestling related? When they want to know about
talking about his abs.
Yeah, to Brian, not to or to Johnny TV.
He's doing it over the air.
I don't think he realizes he goes over the air. He said that because I forget I was on it and I should have known better when I said that. He doesn't know. He's in his own world. He's just talking to his buddy Brian about wrestling, living the life, making money. Well, all right.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Bye-bye.
It's Wilson again. That was fun. I bet it was the best episode ever. You know what you can do to help the workers out? Rate, review, all that good stuff on whatever app you're listening to. Tell us how much you love us. If you want to contact us, it's theworkersclubshow@gmail.com. We got a YouTube, The Workers Club Podcast, a Blue Sky, theworkersclub.org, and we have a Discord where the invite link is left in various places. I'm sure you can find it. That's it. Thanks for listening. Appreciate it. Bye.
Smile and love each other.